Sup everyone, I'm ItsReallytimmyb, and today I'm answering the question, can I beat Pokemon Leaf Green with only one Cubone? Cubone is a pretty weak ground-type Pokemon with pretty bad stats except for defense, so at least we'll be able to take a hit or two in this run. Cubone also has a terrible moveset by level up, only learning ground and normal type moves, but we can learn some pretty decent moves via TMs, some of which we will need for this run. Now before we get started, let's go over the rules. Number 1, I can only use Cubone in battle. Of course I'll need some other Pokemons for HMs and all that fun stuff, but every battle will just be Cubone. Number 2, I can use no items in battle. I can use held items, but I just didn't for this run. And number 3, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more Pokemon videos and live streams. Now then, let's get started. To start, I used the Ultimate Pokemon Randomizer to replace Squirtle with Cubone. I decided our rival having a Gyarados instead of Exeggutor would be more challenging for this run. I decided to name our Cubone Cubert. I thought it was a fitting name for it. We have a mild nature, which means up for special attack and lower defense. Not great, but not terrible since our defense is pretty good anyways. And our ability is key. It is Rock Head, so we do not take recoil damage, which will be absolutely necessary in this run. And as you can see, we have no attacking moves, which means we have to struggle in the forest. Struggle is a move in Pokemon that is used when a Pokemon runs out of power points. It does a little bit of damage and recoil, so I have to battle Kakunas and Metapods to take out my power points, battle a few Pokemon, then heal with a potion until I hit level 9 to learn Bone Club. But we're not out of the woods yet. Huh, get it? We need to get to level 13 so we can learn Headbutt, which will allow us to hit Flying-type Pokemon. Now that we're out of the woods, it's time to take on Brock. Brock went as expected. We missed a Bone Club to start, and Geodude used Defense Curl, but it doesn't matter. We get a flinch on a Bone Club, and another one takes it out. Onix just spams Tackle and isn't that much of a threat at all and goes down in 3 Bone Clubs. We get the TM Rock Tomb, which I put on Cubert for some type coverage. Now it's time to battle every trainer in sight because our next gym battle is Misty, who is super effective against me, so we'll need all the experience we can get. On my way, I decided to take the... Wait, instead of me choosing, how about you choose? Which fossil should I take in all future Kanto challenges? The Dome or the Helix fossil? Whichever one has the most comments will be the winner. After a few failed battles, I take on the rival at Nugget Bridge at level 24. I missed 2 Rock Tombs against Pidgeotto and then hit one after a Sand attack because, well, that makes sense, and then one Headbutt takes it out. We get Bulbasaur to flinch on a Headbutt, and then we miss a Headbutt and get put to sleep. We take a Vine Whip and then magically wake up to take out Bulbasaur, and then the rest of his team poses no threat and goes down in a couple of Headbutts. I try Misty at level 28, and we can take out Staryu no problem with the Headbutt, but Starmie's Water Pulse is too much, so I need to do some more grinding. I try every few levels, and finally at level 33, we were able to take 2 Water Pulses while not getting confused and hitting a Mega Kick and Headbutt for the win. Finally! I didn't battle too many trainers on the SS and just the ones to get a couple of the good items, and our rival battle is as easy as you'd expect, and we barely took any damage. Now it's time for Surge. Fun fact about Pokemon, did you know that the second switch is always right next to the first one? I was pretty lucky and got it on the corner, so I had a 50-50 chance. I'm actually kind of surprised that so many Pokemon fans and Pokemon players didn't know that. Anyways, we're super effective against Surge, so he was really no fight. After making my way through the Rocks tunnel, I went straight to Erica, but it wasn't even close, so I took on Giovanni in the Rocket Hideout, who went down pretty easily once I hit my Bone Meringues. Still not ready for Erica, I head over to Pokemon Tower to take on our rival. At level 45, Cubert learned Double Edge, a powerful normal type move with 120 base power and does a little bit of recoil, but because of our amazing ability Rockhead, we don't get any recoil damage, which is absolutely huge. Our rival now has a Gyarados, so it's a little bit tougher of a battle, eventually. We're over 20 levels higher, so this battle is pretty easy. We could move on to other gyms with the Pokeflute now, but I think Erica should be manageable. And that's because we found the TM for Aerial Ace, which Cubone can somehow learn, so we slap that on Cubert, and Erica goes down pretty easily. Especially since her Vileplume missed Stun Spore, and Erica just decided to not heal it up. But still, our special defense is so low. A super effective Giga Drain from a Tangela 24 levels lower did 80 damage. We're going to need to grind up big time for the final stretch. Koga was a bit tougher than I thought, but Koga is probably the cheesiest and most annoying gym leader, as he will just spam smokescreen, minimize, will try to poison you, and occasionally will have his coughings or wheezing self-destruct. After a handful of times later, I finally get a run where I get to wheezing at full health, so it's just spamming double edge hoping I hit it and don't get poisoned from toxic. Wheezing just spams smokescreen and sludge, so eventually we get the win. Our next big battle is our rival in Silphco, and it wasn't too bad, but we need Pidgeot to attack us, which I know that sounds crazy, but I'll explain it later. Venusaur misses Sleep Powder and goes down in 2 double edges. Gyarados just spams Leer and takes a few double edges. Growlithe goes down in 1 Boomerang, and Alakazam is super weak to physical attacks and goes down in 2 double edges after using Future Sight. The Giovanni Silphco fight goes as you think it does. Nidorino goes down to 1 Boomerang, Kangaskhan only uses Rage and goes down to double edge, Rhyhorn goes down in 1 Boomerang after we miss 3 of them, and Nidoqueen only needs 1 Boomerang. Another fun tidbit about these games, there's a hidden item in a tree on each floor of Silphco. I usually wait until I beat Giovanni and Team Rocket leaves and I clean sweep the building. Sabrina is next up, and since her psychic Pokemon are weak defensively, this is a pretty quick battle. Kadabra goes down to 1 double edge, Mr. Mime takes 1 double edge, Venomoth can take a few hits, but after missing Supersonic, it goes down to Aerial Ace after a few potions from Sabrina. Her Alakazam does over half damage with Psychic, but goes down to 1 double edge. Now time for gyms that should be pretty quick. Blaine actually took a few tries to take down, mainly because eventually we'd get burned, which halves our attack. Mix that with Intimidate from Growlithe and Arcanine, we weren't doing any damage. But the first time we didn't get burned, it's all about hitting our Bonemerangs. But still, a powerful special stab does over half damage. Good news though, we're 1 battle away before getting Earthquake. The final battle with Giovanni for the 8th gym badge once again goes as expected. The first Rhyhorn goes down to Bonemerang. We take an Earthquake from Dugtrio pretty well before taking it out with Double Edge. Nidoqueen, Nidoking, and the final Rhyhorn all go down to 1 Bonemerang. Now we got the TM for Earthquake, a powerful ground-type move that is 100% accurate. It only took all the gyms to finally get a decent stab move. The rival battle before Victory Road took a while, to level 72 in fact, for us to have a good run. Once again, we need Pidgeot to attack us for a successful run. We pretty much need to hit every attack, so if Pidgeot uses Sand Attack, we miss once or twice and get taken out. If Pidgeot uses Feather Dance, our attack is lowered too much and we can't do enough damage. As you can see, Wing Attack or Aerial Ace don't do too much damage to us, so we can survive. We also need Gyarados to miss or not use Hydro Pump. We need so much to happen in this rival battle. I'd imagine we need to be level 100 or have insane crit and miss luck in the final battle to win this thing. Now it's time for the biggest grind of the run. Lorelei of the Elite Four is up first, and she's an Ice-type trainer, so she's super effective against us. I try every few levels, but I don't even get close. I mean, look here, we're still grinding at level 84. Finally, at level 95, Cubone can take down Lorelei. I taught it Brick Break as it's super effective against ice types and does a pretty good amount of damage. Dugong goes down to 1 Brick Break, Cloyster just spams Spikes and Protect, Slowbro uses Amnesia which does absolutely nothing, Jinx is literally made of glass, so we finally get a run where we get to Lapras at full health, which we kinda need to be. It's a tank. Double Edge finally does over half damage, but so does Surf, and I go for a Brick Break to take out Lapras, and we move on to Bruno. Bruno is no match for our level 95 Cubone, as both of his Onix go down to Earthquake. Hitmonchan survives a super effective Aerial Ace but barely hits us, and after Bruno uses his potions, it goes down. Hitmonlee is somehow faster than us and lands a Brick Break before going down to 1 Aerial Ace. His Machamp can take a few Aerial Aces, but after a heal, we critically hit for the win. Now it's time for Agatha, which I thought would be tough because she's like Koga. She'll cheese you with status moves and will try to put you to sleep and eat your dreams. But this was my first attempt and I got some insane luck. Her first Gengar gets off a Shadow Punch, but eventually goes down to a critical Aerial Ace. Golbat has a pretty weak bite and goes down to 2 Double Edges. Haunter manages to put us to sleep after our first Aerial Ace and then eats my dreams, but then decides to use Mean Look and I wake up on the next turn to take it out. Her Ace Gengar hits Hypnosis and gives us a Nightmare, but we wake up the next turn to take it out with a critical Aerial Ace, and her Arbok goes down to 1 Earthquake. Thanks for waking up so quickly, Cubert! I thought Lance would be tough like Agatha, but honestly not really. The first time we take out Gyarados with a critical Double Edge, but then Aerodactyl takes us out pretty easy since we cannot do enough damage. Looking at some of the TMs we can learn, Cubone can learn Iron Tail, which is super effective against Aerodactyl. Getting back to Lance at level 97, and after a few attempts, we critically hit Gyarados again with Double Edge. Aerodactyl takes an Iron Tail but goes down after a heal and a few hits. We critically hit Dragonite with a Double Edge, and then the Dragonairs usually go for Thunder Wave, but that wouldn't work against us, so it just uses Dragon Rage to go down in 2 Double Edges. And the final Dragonair just uses Safeguard and goes down to Double Edge. Hope this crit luck carries over. We take on our rival, and here's a run where Pidgeot attacks us and we take it out quickly. Venusaur's only attacking move is Solar Beam, so it goes down in a few Aerial Aces. Now the Pokemon that decides the run. Gyarados. Well, Pidgeot technically does, but it attacks us more often than not. Gyarados hits a Hydro Pump and misses another, so we get by him. Alakazam goes down to Earthquake, but lands a Psychic and we're pretty much done. I try over and over at level 97, but truth is, we need too much to happen. We need for Pidgeot to do damage to us, critically hit Gyarados or have it spam Dragon Rage or Leer, not have Alakazam use Reflect, and so on. We pretty much need to get to this final Arcanine at about half health. I'm just gonna go grind to level 100. At level 100, we are finally faster than Pidgeot, and this run, we critically hit Double Edge to take it out. Venusaur goes down to a few Aerial Aces, as it always does. Gyarados misses a Hydro Pump and then hits a Dragon Rage before going down. Alakazam sets up Reflect and gets off a Psychic before going down to Earthquake. Rhydon uses Scary Face twice and uses an Earthquake, and we get to Arcanine with only 86 health. But we survive a Flamethrower at 3 health, and after a few heals from our rival, we critically hit Earthquake for the win. Well, we did it. I can beat Pokemon Leaf Green with only 1 Cubone. That run wasn't as bad as I thought. There were some tough battles and grinds for sure, but it went as expected. Now, it's up to you guys. What challenge should I do next? Comment below and also suggest it in my Discord. Speaking of Discord, make sure to join it and follow me on Twitter. Both links are in the description. And don't forget to like and sub to the channel for more Pokemon videos and live streams. I'm ItsReallytimmyb, and I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.